Welcome back. I hope you had an active yet restful summer and are ready for another great school year. There is much to celebrate in education as Idaho slowly recovers from the Great Recession. And while in real dollars, our investment in schools has yet to reach 2007 levels, we are optimistic about the future, about the futures of the children in our care. You know the old adage, adversity doesn't so much build character as it reveals character. During the Great Recession, Idaho's schools were forced to identify and focus on their highest priorities, at the cost of other wants and needs that support their mission. In Boise, we froze salary schedules and shortened contracts, delayed textbook adoptions, spread duties among fewer administrators, and appealed to a financially strapped community for a levy to maintain class sizes. Through our difficult times, at every step along the way, you, teachers, administrators, classified staff, have been steadfast in your dedication to students' health, safety, and success. And by every important measure, our students continue to achieve, outperforming their peers elsewhere in the state. And despite nearly a decade of severely diminished resources, we remain committed to preserving the educational model that we believe best serves our students, a comprehensive liberal arts education. Each of you made sacrifices, but found the wherewithal, the strength of will and perseverance to make that happen. As other districts shuttered their orchestra rooms, we expanded our music program. When some schools spiked athletic fees, we found ways to make team sports more accessible to more students. And while some put fine arts at the bottom of their priorities, we proudly hung it on our walls, elevating its value with student shows, festivals, and awards. We take a back seat to no district in promoting science, technology, and mathematics. But during the national drive to strengthen STEM, Boise did not relax its humanities requirements. In fact, we expanded students' elective options. We managed all this not by sorting and categorizing students, but by providing programs and actions that encourage inclusiveness. We embrace and serve all students. Here in Boise, even during the toughest times, we also maintain this community's cherished tradition of comprehensive secondary schools. Schools that afford every student the opportunity to weave together an education that will inform and enrich a full life. One in which wonder and accomplishment are not defined and limited by only specialized disconnected interests, but instead are cultivated, celebrated, and integrated throughout athletic, fine arts, performing arts, and academic programs, each supporting, complementing, and reinforcing the knowledge, skills, and habits of mind and heart that define a whole curriculum, a liberal arts education. If we believe well-educated students are curious, ask questions, solve problems effectively, and approach learning with reflective, open minds, then in our classrooms we must instruct and nurture those habits. If we believe well-educated students are engaged, work hard and with purpose, and exhibit perseverance, then in our schools we must provide opportunities that build and reinforce these competencies that reward initiative. And if we believe well-educated students are courageous, trustworthy, self-motivated, and respectful, their classes, activities, and associations in school must be the testing ground, the playing field where these values and traits are acknowledged, modeled, and developed. Activities and the arts are not supplements to a rigorous curriculum. They are extensions of a great and broad curriculum, which, when well done, works in all its parts toward the goal of empowering students to lead meaningful lives. Lives that engender and preserve free minds. Minds that, as Aristotle put it, can entertain an idea without accepting it. We know there are students who would not finish school or strive to achieve in coursework, but for the team building and the confidence bolstered by athletics and activities. There are students whose commitment to a rigorous class load is sustained and whose energy is renewed by an hour in music instruction, or in throwing pottery, or at volleyball practice. There is a culture for social education made richer and more diverse when a school embraces at one place, in one community of young people, wide differences in backgrounds and interests. We believe this approach to education best prepares students for their roles as citizens in a free society, for success in the workplace, and for continuing lifelong education. So as we look forward to another school year, we might breathe a little easier with the economic recovery, but our mission, renewed each year, is the same. And it is appropriate to acknowledge where we have been and to commend you for what you have achieved under challenging conditions. Our optimism then is grounded in your unfailing love of children, your tireless labors, and your unmatched professionalism. All of you, together, have preserved this community's trust in our care of Boise's children. Thank you for the difference you make.
Well, I actually started band in 5th grade. I remember picking the saxophone because none of the other girls wanted to play the saxophone. They were all picking the flute. They picked one up for me and it was love at first sight, I guess is a good way to put it. Yeah, hi. Parker!
I'm Parker Fish, and I'm a 5th grader, and I love sports. They're like everything that I live for. Playing sports is just like I'm supposed to be there. Some of my favorite subjects are probably history. I really like to learn about United States history.
Probably one of the words I describe him as is just caring. He really cares about people and has a genuine love for his neighbors.
Playing in band in 8th grade is really where my actual passion for music, I think, started to form. So I'm really glad that I had Mr. Larson.
A lot of the kids, when they leave 9th grade for me, they'll talk to me or they'll write me a card about, our band as a family. And that means a lot to me, that they understand that, because that's really my goal, is that they feel like this is a safe place to make mistakes. It's a safe place to just be yourself.
All I can think about when I think of Parker is that he has the heart of a champion. He's a champion in school, at home, and he works hard every day, but you often forget about the things that happen outside of school.
Hi, this is Army Major Earl Fish, currently stationed at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. Just wanted to take a couple minutes to tell you about my handsome son, Parker.
Earl is deployed as a pharmacist in the Army Reserves. He's been gone 4 months, and he'll probably be gone another 7.
It makes me feel pretty glad that he's away helping other people who don't have a life as good as ours.
I make sure that I don't put extra burden on him, but I think that's part of his nature, is that he makes sure things are safe and taken care of.
He's really stepped up while I've been gone during this deployment. He is a really helpful big brother.
I have to make sure all the doors and windows are locked every night and just helping the younger kids.
This year I'm taking AP Lit with Mrs. Uriarty. She's been such a big help for me, especially during the college application process. She read essay after essay for me.
I told her, I said, you're gonna get this. You didn't work that hard for that long for something not to work out. I think there's a lot of mutual respect and I just admire her.
Your kids are gonna learn the most from you when you have a personal connection with them, and she definitely has that with all of her students.
If you model the behaviors that you want your kids to see, and you model the kind of people that you want them to be, so, when they are having a bad day, the way you react to that, they're always watching you all the time, and I think it's important to model all those behaviors for them.
Sometimes when people ask, what do? I don't say I'm a teacher, I say I teach kids how to be human beings. Because really that's our job, first and foremost. Teaching character, teaching how to be a good person, a good citizen, and then the learning comes with that.
She's probably one of my favorite teachers. We do lots of fun things instead of just worksheets.
I don't really remember a lot of the people who said read page 72 and answer the questions. but it was, creating a plant experiment in biology in high school. Things like that really stand out to you and just breed curiosity and make learners want to know more.
Learning should be fun. People should be enjoying what they're doing. And I think you can have so much fun in what you do. And when you learn with that kind of fun, it sticks a lot quicker.
I remember I had a conversation with Mr. Larson at the beginning of 9th grade. When
people want to study music as a career, everybody starts to try to talk them out of it, because there's not a lot of money. It's really hard, ultra competitive.
A lot of people are telling me it's not a good idea, that I should go into science or like medical school. It's like, but I don't want to do that. I want music to be my life. He kept telling me, like, you know what, don't listen to what anybody else says, because all that matters is that you're following your heart and that you're doing what you love.
And I just told her, when I see you play, that's when I see you alive. Somebody's got to be a jazz saxophone player that people come see. Somebody's got to be the one who's recording albums. Why can't it be you? And it was almost like a permission for her to, like, all right. And she was able to kind of, free herself up.
So that's what I want to do, is travel the world and play with as many people as I can and learn from as many people as I can.
She did a ton of auditions and, ended up where she wanted to be at Ohio State. So I'm excited for her.
I love that Parker loves school. I think that because of Mrs. Hennessy's example, he's more caring and he analyzes things more. I think he takes the time to think about things more than he maybe did as a 4th grader.
I'd want to try and get a scholarship if I wanted to play professional football, to go into college and stuff, and you have to get good grades or else you can't play.
I will not be surprised if I see him playing for the 49ers 10 years from now because of his drive and confidence. He's definitely the quarterback of the team when they're out there.
I do think a lot of Parker. I love him, and thank you for taking some time to listen to me brag about my boy.
Hello, and welcome to the 2015-16 school year. I'm Nancy Gregory, President of the Board of Trustees, and on behalf of the board, we wish you the best as you start what I'm sure will be another successful year. Now we'd like to take a few moments to recognize our 2014-15 Red and Gold Apple Award recipients. These individuals represent not only the highest performance in their positions, but are symbolic of the great work done every day by each of you in our classrooms, our schools, and operations across the district. Thank you for your work on behalf of the children of our community, and have a great year.